What's going on, love? Hi. What you got going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's been not really a stressful day, but today is showing me that it's like, what's going on, KV? It's like God is, I feel like God is giving me obstacles. Great to see you too. God is giving me obstacles, but at the same time, God is wanting me to work through those obstacles right the fuck then. I'm used to putting shit off, putting it to the side and worrying about it later. But that doesn't allow me to heal properly from whatever it is. So it's like God is letting me go through different situations and different like little minor issues just so that I can see that I can come out. I don't always have to be defensive. You know, I was talking to my divine masculine today, and what's so crazy is I told him, you done fucked up shit to me in the past. What's going on, love? I said, you done fucked up shit to me in the past. And I said, maybe I haven't forgave you for all that you done. It ain't that I don't forgive you. I can't just sweep that shit up under the rug. Like, I gotta make sure, like, you hold yourself totally accountable for what the fuck you did. I can't just let you be like, yeah, I understand, and then move on to do, move on to just be better, which is a great thing, but still, you have to be like, hey, I know that. I mean, if you're gonna be in my motherfucking face, you're gonna have to be on some. Okay, I know that I did this. I know that I did that. You know what I'm saying? I understand how that made you feel. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, still continue to motherfucking. I run the other blunt. Still continue to better yourself. Go forward, be better. But at the same time, we're not going to act like shit didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And it has to. I mean, if you're gonna be in my face, because it's gonna make me feel like I let anything slide, and I can't let you feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was really forced to talk about shit that I really didn't want to talk about, but I felt like it was necessary. You know what I'm saying? But then I ended it all by saying, you know, don't get me wrong. It is not. Motherfuckers can tell you they apologize and hold themselves accountable till they blue in the fucking face. The reason why it the reason why they did what they did had nothing to do with what they did to you. It had everything to do with what everybody else has already done to you. You know, um, it's like, especially when a person, okay, for instance, if a motherfucker don't have to lie to you, they know that, look, you ain't gotta lie to me about shit. But you, not only did you lie, but you made it seem like I was crazy. You see how I'm saying? Now, if I didn't believe in myself, that shit would have fucked me up. You gotta hold yourself accountable for that because, bitch ass nigga, I don't think you understand. You know what I'm saying? But I had to learn how to speak without saying bitch ass nigga, fuck, pussy nigga. I have to learn how to not say shit like that because I get in my feelings and I say those things. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn how to do shit in a different way. I can't just shut down. You know what I'm saying? And you can't, once people hurt you, you can't hold them accountable to making up for what the fuck they did to you. You know what I'm saying? Either you gonna fuck with them or you not. You know what I'm saying? And if you gonna fuck with somebody, you definitely can't hold that shit over their fucking head because you choosing to fuck with them. So you need to go find the underlying issue of why that shit still triggers you. You know what I'm saying? And it comes from your motherfucking, you know, the men in your family not being shit. You know what I'm saying? And you want, even though you can't hold somebody accountable for something that they don't even know how to fucking do. You know, these divine masters don't know shit about fucking love. So it's like you're trying to hold somebody to a high standard about love when they didn't even love themselves. You know, and so you have to hold yourself accountable for shit like that. It's like, bitch, that nigga didn't even love himself. How the fuck did you expect that shit to be all the way that it is now? Because motherfuckers, when you understand what I'm saying? So it was a lot of reflecting and a lot of, you know, turning the finger and pointing it at myself type shit. You know, holding myself accountable. Why do I feel like this? Because it's my fault that I'm allowing myself to feel like this because nobody can control your feelings. You are the only person that can control your feelings. So if you want to be mad about some shit, you're going to be mad about some shit. But what the fuck is that going to do? It ain't going to change shit. Especially if you're still willing to go forward. You see what I'm saying? It's like sweeping it under the rug, not sweeping it under the rug. It's really getting rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Properly. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things need to trigger you. You know what I'm saying? To make you look at the deeper issue. You know, the deeper issue is for real, you don't supposed to trust nobody more than you trust God. And you have to trust that God will not let people do fucked up shit to you. You know what I'm saying? That's all that you can do. So I've had to have some deep ass conversations today. And then, you know, I had to kind of admit to like, damn, you know what I'm saying? A nigga really still do need to heal, but it's a healing process. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be coming back and giving y'all real life updates. I'll be fake as fuck if I get on this bitch like, yeah, but day was great. No, the day was fucking crazy as hell. I had to actually get in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I had to actually hold myself accountable for shit. Why I let motherfuckers do certain things, get away with certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror because if you do that, then that other person who needs to do it gonna do it too. Even though that's not what you're doing it for, but that's what it is. That person is mirroring your shit. You know, you have to learn how to talk about shit and not just shut the fuck down because if you don't shut the fuck down, everybody getting cussed the fuck out. That's me. You know, I had to learn how to not do that. And a real man ain't gonna let you shut down any fucking ways. He gonna want you to talk about it because he don't want no issues later. And when you want something so bad, you have to be willing to motherfucking make some type of sacrifice, not with another motherfucker, but with yourself. You know, you gotta not be such of an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you see change and you're willing to allow somebody to continue to change right before your eyes. You can't really, you know what I'm saying? So you have to find out what it is that triggers you because if you gave a motherfucker and you willing to move forward, if you forgave a motherfucker and you willing to move forward and certain shit still trigger you, it has nothing to do with that person. Because if it had everything to do with that person, you wouldn't be fucking with that person. That shit crazy. I'm just really in like deep thought. And then he made me, and then we was talking about this other shit. He was like, you know, th- he was like, the future doesn't exist. And I was like, well, what do you mean by that? And he was like, think about it. He was like, if you're talking about 5 months from now, and once 5 months gets here, that's not the future. That's the present. And I'm like, what? And then I got to think about that shit, bitch. I'm trying to tell you, like, the conversation was so deep. And he was like, "It's no such thing." He was like, "It's not. It's no such thing as your future. It's just all about your present." You know, you have a past. He said, "Yeah, you can predict the future, but the future is now. Because whatever you do now, it affects the future, which doesn't exist because the now exists. Like, the shit was deep as fuck. And I was in that bitch, I was like, what the fuck? It was just really motherfucking deep. And I'm like, damn, motherfucker deep on a whole nother level, right? That part of the mental shit is is what's okay. It's the motherfucker ain't used to being in his emotions. You know what I'm saying? Most of these masculines are not used to being in their emotions. They could because for one, the mammies ain't showed them no love. The grandmama didn't. You know what I'm saying? They fuck with stupid bitches. You know what I'm saying? Kids probably. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. This shit just is wild. So that's why I say when you on this journey, self love is every fucking thing. Because if you don't love yourself, another motherfucker can make or break you. Being that I don't be giving a fuck about a lot of shit, that shit helps me. Because that shit keep my skin clear, me not giving a fuck. That shit keep my skin clear. Not giving a fuck. We gonna see what these cards say. So today, I don't know. It was all about learning lessons. Like, what is it that you learning from them? What is it that you learning from it? We're gonna see what come out. I don't know what else. Oh, no, I'm gonna use that. Yes, I am. Alright, we're gonna tell a story with these. Exactly. This shit crazy. Exactly. It's definitely like a review after the fucking test because bitch, low key, I be feeling like I'm getting punked. And then let me tell you what I told my divine master. I was like, hold on. I was like, wait a minute. I said, I'm forgetting something. Even when you are working together with someone, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you still can never forget your path. Okay? You can never forget your path. And the reason why I say that shit is because you still got separate paths. Even though it's right side by each other, it's still different. It's just still paths. Sometimes motherfucker gotta go off and do some shit, but you're still on the same path. You know what I'm saying? And if you married or something, I don't mean like separating or shit like that. I mean you got a mission to do, and this person has a mission to do, but then you come back and you talk about your shit and da 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 shit like that. But when you not together, it could be totally different, bitch. Because you can actually be the fuck going off somewhere. The soul, right? This is protected. Now check this out. What else I'm gonna say? You can't lose yourself in what the fuck you're supposed to be doing because you can plan together all you want to, but divine feminine, you got the motherfucking gift. You can't forget where God told you was gonna be. So even though the masculine is doing what is necessary, you have the upper hand. You see them working towards shit, but you already know confirmation. You already know what God promised. You see what I'm saying? Don't mean now. I'm not saying that what divine masculine is doing is wrong. He doing what he's supposed to be doing because see, he ain't got the gift that you got. He don't see what you see. God sees that, oh, this motherfucker doing what they need to do. But little did he know, it's gonna be way better than expected. The mother that look like somebody getting ready to go somewhere. Look at this shit. This motherfucker's pregnant. That's wild. And this person is getting ready to go somewhere. So somebody is I also look at pregnancy as abundance as well, having what you need, nurturing energy, look, empowering. That's a whole bunch of love there. And then I got protection. Whatever is getting ready to happen is protected and it's supported. You can't forget, like, for instance, say, this is just a wild example, say Divine Masculine is making plans to move, like, say, to Texas, for example, right? And that ain't it. I'm just saying that shit. I would never sell my business like that on here. But just say that. But in your mind, spirit, like, bitch, stay bigger. Fuck around and move out of the country type shit. You know what I'm saying? You still supposed to let that masculine, because see, they're not used to thinking as big as you think. And you got a gift. So, you know, and everybody ain't gonna see what you see. You know? Everybody gonna see what the fuck you see. You know? That ain't for everybody to see. But a motherfucker gonna see when shit happens like it's supposed to happen for you. Then they gonna be like, damn, I see why you thought big. Don't mean they shit ain't gonna fall through, but they just gonna have an option. Everybody got an option. What you wanna do? Especially if they can still do what they were already doing, but in a bigger and better location. You see what I'm saying? It's still working together. God is gonna show you how you're gonna have plenty of options. Now, wherever you go in life, you're gonna prosper regardless. That's the good thing about being on this motherfucking side. Any option that you choose, you're gonna be successful as long as you put your all into it. You see what I'm saying? Pop up like, hey neighbor, exactly. Exactly. So when spirit say it's gonna be better than you expected, yeah, you gonna. I've been telling the Divine Master shit. You be thinking too small, think big. The soul. What is it that I think like this? If I could have anything in the world that I want, what the fuck would it be? Because that's what the fuck I want. Spirit say think big, okay? Because who the fuck said once you get older you had to let go of that imagination? Who the fuck said that? At what age do you let go of imagination? I saw something that was like, damn, and I really never noticed this in elementary school. You know how the school, inside of the school is colorful, the bulletin board and all of that shit is colorful and shit, right? So as you go to middle school or to high school, don't that shit turn to gray? That shit turn to basic, bland colors. It's like they take the fun and the imagination away as you grow up, and then by the time you graduate, you don't see all of that color. You know what I'm saying? The divine. Somebody no longer wants to be dishonest about. I hear who you are. 1, 2, 3 on the right path yet. Okay. God wants you to get back to seeing in color. God wants you to get back to seeing in color. If you anything like me, when you will watch cartoons, you like cartoons. The soul, something about your soul. You heal your childhood wounds by watching cartoons. I watch a lot of The Soul again. Maybe somebody need to watch cartoons. I be watching cartoons. Shit be good as fuck. Change. And this shit made a house shape. Wealth and abundance and change. The mother. I'm talking to a motherfucking divine feminine spirit. You better talk that shit through these cards. A mother figure is getting ready to go through a change. You could be pregnant. Something is coming together and it's moving fast. And wealth and abundance is here. me tell you something. Motherfuckers did spell work, right? It ain't number two options. You die and get nothing, and you live and get everything, way more than you expect. And if you are here, then you already know what it is. If you listening to my voice, then you already know what it is. These people were very consistent on doing fucked up shit to you, but your ancestors. But your ancestors. Wealth and abundance. Why? Daring and courageous. The soul. Somebody could be from the South. Say God is to the South. Somebody finna get ready to move. Somebody from the South finna get ready to move. Wealth and abundance. Renewal. North. Somebody could be moving up north. Somebody from the South could be, somebody from the North could be moving down south. Somebody no longer wants to be dishonest about anything. Somebody is walking in their truth. Somebody is walking towards a mother with compassion. The divine. Somebody somebody looks at you as a divine mother. All right, we're going to see what this is. Somebody really was doing a whole bunch of spell work for something to work. I mean, a whole bunch of that shit. This is that shit that's gonna take a motherfucker out. Yeah, Dominion. Somebody wanted something by any means necessary. This is the type of person that'll sacrifice their kids type shit. They don't give a fuck. Look at this shit again. Doing a whole bunch of shit, working with a whole bunch of people in order to cause strife in somebody's life because they know they are left behind. They ain't got shit to damn. They ain't got shit to damn. They feel like they ain't got shit to live for type shit. So they doing whatever. Can't believe in God. Can't. Yeah, you're getting ready to have the pleasures in life, and somebody don't like that. Look, somebody doing something secretly under the moon. Yeah, but justice is here. Court is significant. Somebody could be trying to change a verdict when it comes to court for a mother. Yeah, for receiving a gift. You're finna receive something. It took a long time. Yeah, it took a long time, but it's here. Your ancestors been protecting this. Abundance. You can thank Divine Masculine for telling me to go live. Abundance and love.